Today we'll be learning 7 mitzvahs, almost all of them on the topic of marriage. First mitzvah, intermarriage is prohibited. A Jew is not to marry a non-Jew. If a non-Jew converts to Judaism, they become a ger tzedek, a righteous convert, and is allowed to marry a convert. However, this brings us to the next 4 mitzvahs. There are 4 nations that harass the Jewish people at a very vulnerable time. Because of this, even after they convert to Judaism, there are various conditions that apply when it comes to marrying them. The Egyptians enslaved the Jewish people. The mitzvah is that an Egyptian that converts, we are not allowed to marry them. However, their grandchildren, a 3rd generation, must be welcomed in to marry into Jewish families also. The same thing applies to the Edomites. Edom was a nation on the border of Israel. After 40 years of the Jewish people being in the desert on their way into Israel, the Edomites harassed the Jewish people for no good reason. The same thing applies to them. The 1st generation, we're not allowed to marry their 1st generation convert, but their grandchildren must be welcomed in. Ammon and Moab were 2 more nations on the border of Israel that harassed the Jewish people even more than the Edomites, and therefore a male convert from these nations is not allowed to marry. We're not allowed to marry them. Same thing applies to their great-great-grandchildren all the way down. It doesn't stop after 3 generations. However, a female convert from Ammon and Moab may marry into a Jewish family right away. Actually, King David's grandmother, Ruth, was a Moabite convert. Now, these mitzvahs are not really applicable today anymore because we're told that Sancheriv, the Assyrian king, mixed everybody up and all of these nations became assimilated. And today, when we're allowed to marry any convert, we don't assume that they come from the people of Ammon or Moab. We've spoken over the past few days about many forbidden relations. If a child is born, God forbid, from one of these relations, then this child is called a mamzer, a bastard, and is also not allowed to marry into normative Jewish families. A castrated man is not allowed to marry, and the final mitzvah that castration is forbidden to people, to animals, in any form or any way. Thank you for watching.